Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully, we work as well today as we did yesterday. Okay, first order of business. We have a few comments backlogged here. Let's see. Oh, we are going to talk about XDTE and QDTE. TD Travel says I dumped half 250 shares of Tesla today, put it into AMDY and NVDY. Good choices. Hope to recapture some losses from Tesla. If Nvidia sells off, that's going to hurt too. Well, it doesn't look like Nvidia is selling off anytime soon. Anyway, okay, let's do this. Let's see here. Discord. Here we go. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go voice live in the Discord. And we got a lot of new members coming in. So I want to welcome everyone that has come in within the last day or so. We picked up probably, let's see. Today we've picked up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We picked up 7 new people. So welcome to all the new people. And for all the people that have been on but don't ever say anything, welcome to you all too, because I guess we haven't had a proper introduction. So, first, let's see, we're going to go over some new funds that just debuted today that I want to talk about. We're going to review some options trades. We're going to review our questions for Jay as well. Let's see here. This one, we're doing really well. Look at this here in options premiums, 17,000 for the year. That is phenomenal. Actually, yeah, that's the year to date. Just for this week alone. Phenomenal. Questions for Jay. We've got a few new ones. And we'll go over those. As far as, this has come up twice today, the QDTE and XDTE. So we will go ahead and look at those. Let's see here, QDTE. Okay, so here it is, Roundhill Investments. This is something completely new. Roundhill Investments launches first ever zero date to expiration options ETFs. I've never heard of Roundhill before, which typically, if I've never heard of something, what does that mean? It means it can't be any good. So let's figure it out. Let's figure out if it's good or not. Oops. Here we go. Okay. XDTE and QDTE, both up today, by the way, sell 0 days to expiry options each day to seek income generation. Both funds seek to pay weekly distributions to fund shareholders. Roundhill Investments, an ETF sponsor focused on innovative financial products, is pleased to announce the launch of the Roundhill S&P 500 0 date to expiration covered call strategy ETF and the Roundhill N100 0 date to expiration covered call strategy ETF QDTE, which begins trading on CBOE BZX today. These groundbreaking ETFs are the world's first ETFs to leverage the potential benefits of selling 0 days to expiry options. Is that true? I thought some of our other funds did that as well. Which one was it? Defiance? I thought Defiance did that. They each employ a covered call strategy designed to provide current income while targeting 100% exposure to the overnight performance, how about that, of major indices, the S&P 500 and NASDAQ 100. Each morning, the ETFs sell out-of-the-money 0 date to expiration calls on their respective indices. This approach enables the two funds to potentially generate daily income while also offering potential upside during the trading day, up to the limit set by the strike price of the sold calls. According to CBOE, 0 DTE options now account for more than 40% of SPX total contract volumes in 2023. Meanwhile, CBOE estimates that greater than 30% of trading volume in 0 DTE option contracts is attributable to retail traders. How about that? 30% of the trading volume in these options contracts is attributable to retail traders. That's like the Wall Street Bets crowd, right? As a result, the strategies employed by these two funds are intended to take advantage of potential mispricings inherent to the short-dated options market, where volatility may be structurally overpriced. The two funds offer investors the potential for high levels of income on a weekly basis. Okay, well, let's go look at them today. So we've got QDTE, brand new. It did 42 cents today. It was up 1%. I feel like these are almost a copy of the Defiance funds, though. Let's see how much of a range it traded within. Oh, see, we went up to... Oh, in the after hours. So that's what it said. It's designed to take advantage of the after hours. I want to learn more as to how the after hours thing works. Okay, and then what's the other one? Look at NVIDIA, up another 4.47% today. And then XDTE is 52.46, and then also up in the after hours as well. How about that? That's very interesting. Definitely got to figure it out. Okay, where is everyone? I know we can't all be glued to the State of the Union, as mesmerizing as it is, or not. Let's see. What did he say here? They write QQQY sells 1 date to expiration, end of day. Richard King's on, says greetings. They use a synthetic long in the money call, further dated, that they let go overnight. That's your exposure. Oh, okay, he just kind of explained it to us. Interesting. Okay, well, anyone want to look at the short list for questions that I'm going to ask Jay? Feel free also to join live in the Discord. We have that going. That's what I intend this to be, a live show. Anyway, okay, I'm going to go into the thread, questions for Jay. You all might see some funny stuff in here. Let's see. This is a good question here. Could you ask Jay if there's going to be a GDX Yield Max? Also, what are the new Yield Max funds he can talk about? I'm going to ask him about the Bitcoin Yield Max fund. And let's just go in reverse order here. This is something interesting that I don't know if I'll bring up. And then let's see. Is Jay going to use a stop loss for all these high-risk stocks until he has an ULTY? Let's see who we've got on. We have Tommy7017. Feel free to unmute and talk if you want. Okay, so this one. Is Jay going to use a stop loss for all these high-risk stocks he has in ULTY, like DWAC, etc.? That's a good question, actually. What are his strategies for risk mitigation with ULTY? We'll ask that one. Has he done any back tests? Oh, he dropped. Overarchingly, does he have a quant that back tests and determines optimal delta and days to expiration for best total return, or is it just by intuition? I'm sure it's not just by intuition. He's a fund manager, after all. It seems as if his current process may be suboptimal for many of the YieldMax ETFs, and thus a quant may help optimize. I'll let him know you said that. How many funds does one person run, or how many people run one fund from back in November till now? We've asked him some details about his staff before. He doesn't have as much staff as you would think. But the people that he has, they do seem to know options really well. How is he managing quality of product internally, with training and development, and externally, and not going after so many funds you get in lower quality meme funds? So he did explain back in November that he hires people that he gives them a chance to, he gives them like an option sheet, and he goes, all right, which strikes would you pick, which expirations would you pick? And if they pretty much pick like what he would pick, then he'll hire them. So he did go into some detail about that on one of the last times he was on. It seems as if his current process... Oh, we read that already. Just because the community might want a fund doesn't mean it works. Just because my kid wants the cookie, they don't need it. Fighting for the long-term viability of the funds. Yeah, I don't think it's done that haphazardly. Let's see, ask Jay a hypothetical situation. Suppose a person is investing 100% into Yield Max, has a goal of withdrawing $3,000 per month. How much money above $3,000 would they need to earn to reinvest back into Yield Max to make the 3K withdrawal sustainable long term? That's a good question. We'll see if we can ask that. This one about Ulti, we know what this one is already because it went public. Let's see, make sure you sell before the bear market. You think Tesla reverse split was bad. Oh, he thinks a bear market is coming. And then some of these were just jokes that we submitted in here. Okay, so yeah, I have to go back. This is funny. We probably won't ask this one. This is even funnier, but that one probably won't make the cut of questions. This should be a good one here. What type of investors are YieldMax products most suited for? For which category of investors is YieldMax products most appropriate? Do you think these will beat the broader stock market indexes? How long will these funds last for? We like that the expense ratio on your funds is rather low for being actively managed. Is that amortized monthly or is it taken out quarterly or annually? Great question. Let's see. I am a long-term investor looking for covered call exposure while realizing more capital appreciation. Are you planning on releasing any new funds that sell more conservative calls to reach that objective? I don't know if we can ask this one from Dissector. I don't know if we can ask, and here's why. I gotta play this. Alright, I'm going back to the general chat here. This is why. This is why.
Dissector, you are an idiot.
That never gets old. We get a lot of material out of that one. Okay, back to questions for Jay. Yeah, we might ask that one. I think it's come up in some variation before. And we've asked him if the main variation that we asked was if he would actually lower the dividend and preserve more principal. But he did say that they call it yield max for a reason. Let's see, what was this one? Oh, we're all the way back to November here. Okay, so it looks like we're caught up as far as questions. This is learning options. And again, like I say, welcome to all the new people on here. We picked up like 6 new people. I think we even have Joanna on here, actually. She's from another Discord, but she's offline right now. But yeah, we're getting a lot of people on here. Most of you are offline right now. I know I ran a little late. I set this for like 9 and I kept pushing it back, so my apologies for that. Let me go back to some comments here. Let's see what we got here. Sonia. Hey, you want to join the Discord, Sonia? Definitely going to buy a few QDTE and XDTE. What's your main reason for buying these? Because I feel like somebody tell me in the comments what's the difference between these and Defiance. Coach the Coach. Curtis Ferris says, love the channel. Well, glad to hear. Ask Jay what he charges for wealth management. What's the minimum size portfolio he would take? Well, I know he would charge a lot for yours, Sonia. New Investor says, thumbs up in the chat if you love the coach. Oh, thanks for that, New Investor. People act like it's better to pick a short call strike based on what you think the stock is going to do, based on some whimsical charting metric. Yeah, it happens. Generally want to reinvest at least 30% to fight NAV erosion. Well, I've shown those scenarios where if you reinvest the whole dividend, you'll end up at least coming out ahead. But the point is, you can't use these to buy, to like live off of, and for a lot of people, that's what they want to do. They want to retire and live off of dividends, to sort of quote another channel name out there. That is a great channel name. Ask him at what point does averaging down become not fun? Who needs weekly income? Have fun with short-term capital gains taxes on them. Well, what I say if you, and this is just general like money management tips, if you can get your expenses to like a bare minimum, like you get all your debts paid off and stuff, if you can get that, then it opens up a lot of doors for you in life, because then you don't need a ton of money for your life, your lifestyle. You can pretty much invest the majority of your income. You can, you have more leeway to time the market if you're going to try to do that. Not that we want to do that, but when you see opportunities, you have a lot more leeway to pump money in, even if you're not working. If you have those expenses at a bare minimum, then you won't be like as dependent on these dividends for income. But then again, I mean, that's like, the FIRE movement, lean fire, fat fire, what's the other one, barista fire. By the way, I have a little bit of a joke, so I wouldn't even need to do barista fire on my coffee, because I got this new, they sell this new, it's a creamer, it's like a foam creamer, like what you get at Starbucks. So it's perfect, because then you don't need to go spend like $7 on a coffee at Starbucks. So skip barista fire. That's a win, right? Okay, let's see what other comments here. Well, that's a bummer. No live participation in the voice chat. We only had one brave person try to join. Oh well, I really do want to ramp this up and start having an interactive discussion in here with a lot of you. Anyway, I guess I'll just keep reading comments. Okay, let's see. What is this? Weekend Gypsy Jeeper? Ask Jay why YieldMax X dividend date is 1 week later than the X dividend date of the individual funds. Yeah, that's going to come up too, I'm sure. The extra week means that our dividend is watered down due to 1 extra week in share count. Yeah, that's a good point. What broker has the lowest maintenance margin for these high yield funds? Are they all 50%? Would that be a question for him? That's the only excitement, the weekly pay factor. They pay weekly. Let me read this one again. Who needs weekly income? Have fun with short-term capital gains. Taxes on them. Yeah, there's a lot of taxes. I can't wait. I'm going to start doing my taxes pretty soon here. I think a lot of people ask for spread out paydays because people want to get paid weekly. That's exactly right. And we're getting that if you look at between Defiance, between Rex shares. Hopefully Rex shares doesn't become wrecked shares. Haha. But between those two, between YieldMax and like the SVOLs of the world and Goffs of the world, you can almost get a dividend every week. Sonia says, I live off my portfolio at $80,000 to $100,000 annually for 7 years, and I grow it at the same time. With dividend stocks and fixed income, YieldMax makes it a lot easier. Yeah, you said, I mean, you're definitely taking in a lot of money. I remember you saying something like $30,000 a month. That's tremendous. Definitely awesome. We would definitely like to get you on the voice chat one day for sure. Like I said, the audience really makes the channel. We can get all these perspectives from the audience on Discord. Anyway, well, let's look at what the rest of the market did today. We had a pretty good rebound in the market. Of course, Nvidia continues to be on fire. Okay, let's see. There's the round hill. Alright, let's go to markets. So tomorrow's Friday. Tomorrow is payday for YieldMax. Oh, this is showing us the futures now. S&P. Oh, everything's down tomorrow. I wonder why. What announcements are there? Is there any Fed announcements coming tomorrow? Let me go to a site I haven't gone to in a while, Forex Factory. Forex Factory. And let's look at... So today for US, we had unemployment numbers. Oh, that's right. First Friday of the month. Or wait, wasn't that technically the first? Did we get the unemployment number last Friday? Fed Chair Powell testifies. That was 10 a.m. this morning. And the market was up after he spoke. And then here's State of the Union, 9 o'clock. Is that over yet? Maybe that's why you all are so quiet. Maybe you all are just riveted to that. This has to be more entertaining, though, I'll say. And not just because it's me. Okay, tomorrow FOMC member Williams speaks. Average hourly earnings. Oh, we get our unemployment rate tomorrow. We're ticking up a little bit, 3.7%. But you know what? Like, there's a ton of people out there that can't find jobs. So, it's kind of crazy because 3.7% historically is very low. Look at Canada's unemployment rate, 5.8%. 2 percentage points higher than ours. Okay, so that's what we're looking at for tomorrow. I don't see any other big market movers other than that. Oh, maybe maybe the after hours are down because of something that's being said in the big State of the Union address. I haven't listened to it, but could be. Okay. Let me see here. Guess I'll go to Seeking Alpha again. I linked my accounts in Seeking Alpha, so it can grade me. I'm looking at this Alpha Picks for stocks, because supposedly they identified SMCI back in 2022. Okay, let's see. I wanted to actually look at what the stocks did today. Let's go back here again. A lot goes to tax and insurance, no debts. Do you think the split with Tesla will turn out good? I already lost 2,300. The jury's still out, I would have to say. I'm already down myself, actually. If you look at it, as of yesterday, it hit like an all-time low again. If you divide, remember, just divide by 2. So it looks like, let's see, it had dropped all the way down to like 1575 this morning. 1615, that's like 807. 1615 divided by 2, yeah, 807. 1575 would be 787. That's an all-time low. So yeah, it's definitely dropping. The reverse split, well, and a lot of it has to do too with the price of Tesla stock, the underlying, of course. Split has to be done so the underlying doesn't go to 0. Yeah, that might be right. That might actually be, and we'll ask him about the split too, because I thought he said $5, but he did it around $10. All the yield max funds are going to split eventually. Really, I thought you were a yield max fan. You seem so down on yield max now. Minimum taxes on millionaires was mentioned. That won't affect my taxes, lol. Oh, okay. Does that? I heard they want to raise the capital gain, not the capital gain, but the corporate tax rates as well. That'll probably drop the stock market. Charles, does that go for Defiance as well? Sonia says, I worked some numbers on guessing YMAG and YMAX, and I think 0.95 and 0.89 in that order, but I have not deducted fees. Oh, for what? For the dividends? How did you, you care to tell us your methodology on that? That could be a video topic, actually. Sold the remainder of Tesla, put it into Ulti, YMAG, and YMAX. That may end up being good. I haven't done it yet. Just in the same way that I just watch NVIDIA keep running up and up, I seem to just watch Tesla keep running down and down as well. Okay, let's go back here. Let's see. Analysis. Market data. Oh, here, we can review the SPY, the S&P. Year to date, we're up 7.25%. Dow Jones, 2.74%. NASDAQ, 7.15%. Mid caps, small caps are still down. And micro caps, IWC micro caps, 1.50%. Let's see what we say for cryptocurrencies here. Bitcoin, Ethereum, never got into Ethereum. Tether, Solana, Ripple, I'm in Ripple. No Cardano, I'm in some Dogecoin. I'm in Chainlink. I got into Shiba Inu, which dropped to 0, by the way. Uniswap, I'm in some of that one. And then, yeah, it's like 6 or 7 of them. Avalanche is supposed to be a good one. You know, I've done a couple of crypto videos on the channel, but they've just never really taken off. It's mainly dividend stuff. Let's see, added all pertinent payouts and dividends. Oh, all pertinent, hold on. Added all pertinent payouts. How do I get rid of this icon in the corner here? Added all pertinent payouts and divided by number of positions involved. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, that's actually good. We might that might be what we have. Let's see. All is a generalization, but past 3 months, index charts going up like crazy. If the high yield fund share price going lower during same time, it's going to split eventually. Well, if they go lower, a lot of them, like if you look at like NVDY, it's not going to go lower anytime soon because that keeps running up. Some of the others, NFLY, FBY, I don't see those going lower anytime soon. So if those don't go lower, therefore they wouldn't split. C Car Guy says, "Hey all, I have had Roundhill and METV. It has great companies in the ETF, and it has not done anything for 2 years until this month. Not impressed." Doorgunner says, "My crypto funds and Schwab are up big in just the 2 weeks I owned them. Up 12K in 2 weeks. How much crypto do you have? Like, what did you buy? A bunch of Bitcoin or something?" Okay, I might have to do a separate video on Roundhill now. I gotta look up this METV. Let's see. I have never heard of Roundhill until today. Roundhill Metaverse. Well, then again, the Metaverse hasn't, since like 2021, there hasn't been a lot of... Let's see. Does it pay a dividend? Let's find out. So you're saying for the year it's up 9.9% for the year, but a year ago it did 47%. You're saying you've been in 3 months and you haven't really seen it do anything? Let's look at dividends here. Dividend yield gets an F. Dividend growth rate gets an A. This reminds me of like a stock. It's like, okay, here's the dividend yield. The growth rate is great, meaning that say it pays out $1, then it goes to like $1.25. Hey, that's a great growth rate, but we're still low. $1.25, you know. So, let's see. Dividend history. A whole 2 cents. A whole 2 cents, huh? Anyway, yeah, Roundhill. I've never heard of Roundhill until today. YBTC is Roundhill's Bitcoin play with a yield. It's super hard to mess up a 0 date to expiration covered call out of the money with synthetic long position. Just saying. Okay, so you're gonna buy in, huh? They most likely gonna be selling first and second and or third strikes out of the money daily, possibly all of them. After that, the premium sucks and isn't worth it. Okay. Going to keep an eye on these new funds before I buy. I want to see how they do. Alright, well I went almost 30 minutes here. No live participation. That's a bummer. But I'm going to end it there. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And join the Discord. And we will see you all. I'll try to do another one tonight. We'll see you all.